get everybody going again with their various issues, and then we'll be moving out to the mission. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and start with the briefing. The last couple missions took us up to the Orio Castro Mountains. We were able to destroy an FIA emplacement there. Prior to that, we were able to secure other half of the island. The only remaining parts of the island are to the east at Ferez, to the southwest at the Crimea Island, and finally the town of Kavala, which will be played in further missions. For this mission, don't know who the briefing might be loaded for, but I've got it, so it's just going to take a couple seconds for the server to catch it up to you guys, but I'll start reading it out to you now. Situation background. FIA is an ancient insurrectionist faction intent on restoring CSAT rule to Altus through the destruction of the current AF government. The faction has been highly successful in eroding both the military and government infrastructure, securing government supplies and equipment, and rallying civilians to their cause through extortion, racketeering, ransom, and bribery. Should the FIA succeed in their mission, it would represent a serious destabilization of NATO hegemony in the Mediterranean region. Pressure from the 242nd Night Stalkers has put the FIA military on the run as CSAT struggles to make resupply operations. FIA forces are finally contained in the capital city of Kavala, and the provisional government of Pyrgos continues to prepare to reinstate and safe following the takeover of Kavala. Last night, an FIA sleeper cell, assisted by a large force of FIA commandos and regulars, were successful in seizing the missile base on Crimea Island. The island was the site of a large number of defensive missile systems, including THAAD Block 3 anti-ballistic missile installations, an Artemis 4 anti-ship missile battery, and a functional iron beam laser point defense complex. Using their sleeper cell, FIA forces were able to instigate a full system blackout for approximately 30 seconds, which allowed their artillery forces, helicopters, and missile systems to penetrate the area, disorient defenders, and make way for a successful commando raid. The missile infrastructure represents a critical failure on the part of the AAF to defend their own assets. This threat cannot be allowed to persist. 242nd Night Stalkers and attached units are tasked with retaking Crimea Island from AAF forces, restoring the missile system, or denying it to enemy forces. Any questions on the nature of this mission so far? Situation enemy. Estimates 3 or 4 times rifle platoon, 6 to 12 times stolen AAF armored and mechanized vehicles with no fewer than 2 tanks, 1 mortar weapon, and several pieces of anti-aircraft emplacements. Situation friendly, currently estimated at 2 times rifle squads, 1 times headquarters, 1 times tank, and 1 times armored fighting vehicle. You'll have your selection of these at the landing zone, which I'll explain to you soon. Situation mission. Mission to be as follows. Objective Castle represents an overwatch position at the designated landing zone. We will land to this landing zone with an infantry assault, which will then be supported by vehicles landing at Objective Beehive. Once units infantry are to attack the assets at Objective Castle, while armored forces move up from landing zone Beehive. Objective King represents the control center for the Iron Beam missile complex. It is to be secured and preserved. Objective Pawn represents the THAAD missile complex itself, and that must be secured, and the missile systems are to be preserved in their entirety and not destroyed by friendly forces. Objectives Knight and Bishop both represent Iron Beam energy weapons complexes, and these are to be preserved and secured without the weapons complexes within being destroyed. Therefore, if you see something, please don't ask the tank shell to blow up the multi-million-dollar laser system that's meant to shoot down missiles. Very, very important. Take the objectives without completely blowing the place in. Situation execution. Forces will start off at briefing area at where the Firebase Tano marker should be. Let me just mark that on the map. LZ Beehive is the blue marker south of Objective Castle, Rookie. LZ Beehive. We'll be starting here. The blue marker.
You're on global chat somehow.
Rookie. I know. We'll be starting at the starting position at the briefing area. In order to reach Objective Castle without being vaporized, we're going to take a selection of speedboats and land at landing zone Beehive. Once we're at landing zone Beehive, we'll then assault north to take Objective Castle, and then receive support from our armored units. We'll then proceed onwards mechanized to Objective King, Objective Knight, Pawn, and Bishop. It's most likely that one element will be tasked with diverting from Objective King towards Bishop, and then regrouping for an attack on Knight and Pawn. Any questions so far? Alright, when we get started, we're going to have about 5 minutes, so start time will be about 20:25 Eastern Standard Time for units to get acquainted with the radio channels. Radio channels should be posted on the map. They will be given to everybody. If you can see the Operation Direct Current missions there, those are going to be the radio channels that we're going to be using for everybody. It is required that all squad leaders and vehicle commanders be assigned to channel 39 on your radio. Night Stalkers, your squad is going to be assigned to channel 40. 3CD, excuse me, not 3CD, 29th ID and company, you guys are going to be assigned to channel 45. You guys will get 44.2 and 44.5 as your additionals, and Night Stalkers will get 40.2 and 40.5 as your additionals. I only require that squads be on their squad channel and the platoon HQ. Does everybody understand the radio channel so far? I can explain again if there's any confusion.
Yeah, since you have the vehicles on HQ net, you still want the vehicles on their own separate vehicle net?
Yes. Just so it doesn't get cluttered.
Okay.
If the vehicles need to yell something at each other, that's fine. Also, Loden, if you find a discrepancy with that and the 29th ID guys and 2nd MRP want to keep the vehicles on their own squad net, that's another option that I'm willing to consider.
Okay.
So just make sure you guys get that set out. Any questions so far, fellas?
No, sounds
All right.
standard.
No, I don't know how to click on the 40. Is it pretty easy?
Somebody can help you out in game. Everybody please hit continue at the bottom right of the screen and we'll get started with the mission. I'm so excited. Alright, here we go.
I'm shaking.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
We've got an enemy.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Unknown contact. 100 meters right. Attack.